This news, I done did that before. I turned it into something. My comeback on 100. Let's talk it, more action. You just gon' see coming. I just keep elevating. No losses, just upgrading. My lessons make blessings. I turn that into money. They gotta never settle. This view is so much better. I'm chilling, I'm winning, like on another level. Oh, you can talk all you want. See me as the great, nothing I'm afraid, and I can have it all. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, let go. Level up, 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 level up. All this on me so yummy, all this sauce so yummy. Know you want this yummy, yummy all in your tummy. Level up, 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 level up. All this on me so yummy, all this sauce so yummy. Know you want this.
Good night, guys. So it's another episode of Queens on the Rise. So it's exciting this week because we're talking about letting go, because it might just be holding you back. Now, when I talk about letting go, a lot of us have had difficult things in our past that we can attest to hurting us. Now, a lot of us struggle. It may have been a relationship that didn't work. I started this week with Sarah's level up, because anybody who knows the story about how she and her husband got together, Sarah was dating other people in the entertainment industry. Future was one of them. He was the father of her child. And, their relationship seemed as if it was messy. It seemed like he was a cheater. I mean, a lot of men cheat. And that's sad, because women have started to tell themselves that all men cheat, and that we are to accept it because it's natural for a man to cheat. No, it's not. God didn't say that Adam and Eve must accept cheating from each other. And if I'm supposed to accept cheating from my husband, then he should accept cheating from me. But the Bible didn't say that. The Bible said we must leave our old life and cleave to our new life. Cleave to our partner with God in the center. Now, I am not going to compromise my standard because society tells me that I should accept a man because all men cheat. No, that's not acceptable. And as a queen, I will not accept it. And I wouldn't want any of you guys to accept it either. Same thing with the men. You shouldn't tolerate a woman who is not treating you the way in which you deserve. If you know that you're a good man and a good woman, you should be with someone who treats you with respect, who loves you, who cares about you, who are willing to give you all the things that you desire, because you're willing to do that for them as well. A relationship is about equality. If I am giving, I expect to get as well. Same efforts on either side. One of us can't put 20% while the other person is putting 80%. It should be that we're both putting 100%. That's how relationships should work. That is how we maintain a standard in a relationship. Now, what Sarah did after her relationship with Future didn't work out, she committed herself to God and she prayed for her husband. And God gave her her husband who treats her well. She said in the song that she stays prayed up. That means she maintains a relationship with God to maintain a certain standard that she had set for herself, because she was not settling anymore. So I'm saying all of this to say that in order for us to not settle, we have to know what our standards are. And before we know what our standards are, we have to let go of the past. Let go of the things that hurt us. Now, it could be multiple things. It could be things from as far back as your childhood, things with your parents. Now, the first thing you need to do is acknowledge that there is a problem, and then you address it. This week was very complicated to me because, it started off, pretty normal. Well, when I say normal, I mean the new normal, which is the COVID. Now we have come accustomed to Oh, hi Adam. So I have one guest. Hi Adam, thank you for joining me tonight. I appreciate it. It's good that I wasn't talking to myself the whole time in the first part of my segment. But back to what I was saying, the new normal is that we're mostly at home. I mean, I didn't really go anywhere much this week. I had one doctor's appointment and I went to the pharmacy, and I think I ran some errands because I had a gift crate that I had to do. Now, I actually can share about this crate. Now, this crate is a gift from a gentleman who is giving his queen a gift. And I think it's so beautiful because he has put a lot of thought in it and knows that he wants to give his queen something nice. It's his wife. And I really enjoy doing gifts like this because, it's very personal and people enjoy getting personal gifts with their name on it or with things that they love. So that's what I love about the gifts that I do for people. It is very personalized. I always ask what kind of fragrance the person like, what kind of things they like, to make it as beautiful and as personal as possible. So when they get it, they're excited because it's filled with things that they love. So let's get into this week. I mean, that was my slight, not so slight introduction. But I'm going to start with a quote that was shared with me last week by one of my friends. And it says, "You can't control how other people receive your energy. Anything you do or say gets filtered through the lens of whatever personal stuff they are going through at the moment, which is not about you. Just keep doing your thing with as much integrity as possible." So this is profound to me because, integrity and honesty and loyalty are things that are very important. Now, everyone knows what integrity is. It is doing things in a way that people know they can trust you. Integrity is doing the right thing even when no one is watching. I don't know if anyone has ever seen that billboard. Integrity is just maintaining a good perspective without any bad thing even coming into play. Now, I'm a person who values integrity and I pride myself on being a person of integrity. If I commit to doing something, I do it, and if I cannot do it, I'm honest with you that I'm having a challenge. I am not the type of person who will lie about something when I know I didn't do it. If it is that I'm having a challenge, I will share with you. I like to be that upfront. Now, and because I'm like that, I value other people's integrity. I value loyalty because I'm also a loyal person. Now, that stems from the fact that I come from a family where we value integrity, honesty, and loyalty, along with the fact that we're a very close family. Now, I am grateful that I was raised in a household with both my parents. Now, not everyone is that fortunate. And I thank God every day that I had that stable beginning. It has helped to mold who I am. Now, I speak about loyalty in a way that, it is something that I value because when I love and care for you as a person, I am loyal to you and I expect that same kind of loyalty. Most people appreciate loyalty but doesn't understand what it means to truly be loyal. Now, loyalty means that even if you and someone are no longer friends, it doesn't mean that you're going to drag their name through the dirt. Because when things were good, yeah? So when things were good, you're great. Now when things are bad, that don't mean you're supposed to slaughter them name all over. That don't mean say you're going to be disloyal to them and tell their secrets. I mean, it's just like when a couple breaks up. You don't expect your ex-boyfriend to drag your name through the dirt. No, if it is that it was a bad breakup and you're hurting, no, that's something completely different. You need to acknowledge the hurt. You need to acknowledge the fact that you're hurting. So I had shared in previous weeks about a book that my mom gave to me in 2017 called Don't Settle for Safe by Sarah Jakes Roberts. Now, You know, my mother got this in a time when I was hurting, and I was not able to acknowledge what the reasons were why I was hurting. I mean, you know, I was coming out of a difficult breakup, and well, a difficult relationship rather. So I was experiencing a breakup, and it was hard for me, and it took a long time for me to acknowledge that I was hurting and accept it in order for me to heal. So I'm going to share an excerpt from the book that has put some things into perspective for me. You cannot change a past you won't confront. There are two essential truths that will help you realize the potential of restoration. The first is this: you must name your pain. Every pain we've experienced has changed us. No matter how many times you say, "I'm okay," if you haven't accepted and admitted that you have been hurt, you're not healing, you're reverting. Regardless of what our pride may have us believe, moving on does not mean allowing our lives to go back to the way they were. By definition, reverting is going back to a previous state or reacquiring original features. It's important that you know this. Your heart will not return to its original pre-hurt state, nor should it. Doing so would mean that you would have to relinquish the wisdom, growth, and experiences that were designed to make your heart stronger. In haste to move past pain, we often choose the identity most accessible to us, and it's generally a modified, amplified version of who we were before we became acquainted with disappointment. When pain shackles us to difficult memories, we may ignore our wounds and stifle our cries for help. We choose to say we're okay when in actuality we're just numb. As you acknowledge your pain and discover how the experience has changed you, do not forget the second truth of our restoration. It requires survival and empowerment. It does not confine. The mere fact that your spirit is not broken in spite of your most critical thoughts, something in you knows you have more left than you've lost. The true testimony of survival is not in what you survived, it is how you were able to truly live again. What good is surviving a break if you still choose to live with a cast? A cast was never meant to be a permanent fixture in your healing. Most people struggle to overcome their fears, have had an encounter with disappointment so great that every dream they can conceive is contaminated with the toxic anxiety of failure. When your mind becomes cluttered with the possibilities of what ifs, there is no room for faith. Living a life prepared for the worst possible outcome is like living in a cage. It is not freedom. Over time, you will recognize that difference between guarding your heart and restricting it. You will learn to stop talking yourself out of things God has promised to all who live according to His purpose. Now, I don't know about you, but that speaks deeply to me, because unless you acknowledge the things that you're hurting, the things that are hurting you, then you will never be able to move forward. You're basically stifling yourself. You're killing any opportunity that you may have because you're stuck looking behind you. Now, you cannot push forward if you keep looking behind you. You ever see someone riding a bike? If they're looking forward, they're going to buck up into something. They're going to hit up because they're not focusing on their future. They're too focused on their past. Now, many times we find ourselves being bitter towards things that has hurt us, towards things that we can't get past the pain. So, you know, I spoke before about loyalty. Now, I think the reason why so many of us hurt is because we can't understand why people who we love and care about so much can hurt us that bad. But that is why they're able to hurt us. Because if you don't love and care about someone, whatever they do doesn't matter. So you're hurt because you love them. No, because you love selflessly, and that other person may love selfishly, They put their self before you and before other people. Now, it's not bad to be selfish. You should always put yourself first. You can't be your best self if you're not loving yourself. No, you have to love yourself. But at the end of the day, you still have to love other people. Because even last week I spoke about us needing people. None of us can survive on our own. None of us can just survive and just be great without help. We need help from God. We need help from our support system. It may be a family, it may be a friend, it may be a neighbor, it may be, your work family. You need people. We can't exist by ourselves. You see people who are loners, most of the time they're very miserable. They're very unhappy. So we need people. Now this is where loyalty comes back into play. Now loyalty cannot be granted without integrity. I spoke about integrity before. Be accountable for your actions and bear the consequences with nobility. So if your loyalty is questioned, you need to bear the consequences of it being questioned with nobility. And if you feel the need to justify why your loyalty is being questioned, maybe you're not as loyal as you think. So you need to be humble and understand if someone feels as if your loyalty is questionable. Maybe you need to look into yourself and wonder why it is that you're being questioned. Now, loyalty isn't gray, it's a black and white. You're either loyal completely or not loyal at all. People have to understand this. You can't be loyal only when it serves you. So you can't be loyal out of convenience. You cannot be loyal when you feel like it. If you're loyal, you're loyal. If you're not loyal, you're just not loyal. Not everyone is loyal. A lot of people is only loyal to themselves. Now, that's not cool because you expect loyalty. You expect people to hold you down. You expect people to be there for you. But if you're not willing to be there for the person has no obligation to be loyal to you. Now, people assume that when you have a family, you have to be loyal to them. But if they're not loyal to you, you have no obligation to be loyal to them. Just because we're family doesn't mean that we have a connection like that. If you're disloyal to me, I have no obligation to be loyal to you. I don't even have to deal with you. If you are going to compromise my peace, I don't have to deal with you, nor do I want to. My peace is very important to me. That's what keeps me calm. That's what keeps me from getting into a lupus flare. That's how I try to manage my temper now. Anyone who knows me knows that I have a temper. Now, I'm a very easy to get angry person. I'm working on it because I've acknowledged that I have a problem with dealing with my anger. Now, it took a while for me to acknowledge it. But now that I've acknowledged that I have a problem, I'm working on it. Because the first thing to do when you realize you have a problem, acknowledge it. Name it. Name the way that it has assisted in making your life more complicated. And then you find ways to cope with it. So I have different things that I do. I'll take deep breaths. I'll count to 10 whenever I feel easily irritated. Now, instead of me blowing up into an argument, I try to walk away if I can. Sometimes it consumes me to the point where I'll even start crying if I can't say how I really want to express myself. Now, usually I don't have a problem expressing myself because I'm a very expressive person. I'm also a very dramatic person if you know me, and even with how I conduct myself in general, this is me all the time. I have no problems in telling you how I feel because of how I am. Now, my friend who actually joined will tell you that I'm the type of person where it doesn't matter where I am. I'm going to tell you how I feel when I feel it. She even went as far as to say on my birthday that everyone needs a friend like Samantha. She's going to say the thing you think, but you just never thought you'd say. I'm that person. I'll tell you. If you want to say something and you're too scared and I'm there, come to me. I'll say it. It doesn't matter to me because I like to be honest. Because I'm a person of integrity. Now, coming from a strong family where we are all close has taught me to be what I call a loyalist. I value loyalty because I am loyal. and I value integrity because I pride myself on being upfront with people. And I just explained to you about how it is that I am just not afraid to tell you my truth, because I think it hurts you more to hold it in. Now, I have an autoimmune disease. Now, I believe that a part of why I developed that autoimmune is because I was very stressed, I was very unhappy, I was miserable, and I kept holding it in. I didn't express it. I just took it and took it and took it. And internally, eventually that stress became my autoimmune disease, because my autoimmune disease is stress induced. Now, I kept taking things, I kept taking behaviors from people less than what I deserve, and I knew it. But because I felt like I needed those people in my life, I needed that job, I needed to have that particular thing at the time, that I took things less than what I deserve. Now, no one is perfect, but after having 2 near-death experiences, I learned that life is just too short for me to hold anything in. So I can tell you, when you hold things inside, it can hurt you more than help you. And I mean, I just am all about being happy. Now, what COVID has taught me is that, you need to live in the moment, enjoy your life now, because life is so precious. I mean, the COVID has shown us that you can lose your loved ones to a disease that is unforgiving, in the sense that if you get it, it can attack you to the point where you die. Now, no one wants to die prematurely. Everyone wants to live a full and happy life that gives us a feeling of fulfillment. And when we look back and say, wow, I really enjoyed my life, I felt like I experienced a full and happy life that has made and shaped me into the person who I've always wanted to be. Now, all of the times we spend all this time, chasing after dreams, but what are you doing to make those dreams happen? You need to look into yourself and say, what is it that my ultimate goals are? Write them down. Work towards them. Give your all into your plan. Because you can't reach a goal without having a plan. How is it that you're going to approach this dream? By the end of the year, you want to make $5 million. How are you going to acquire it? How are you going to invest to have it grow? Now, I want you guys to, now I spoke about money. Now, I've been sharing from the same book about managing your money and creating wealth. So this week, we're going to talk about developing healthy spending habits. Now, Benjamin Franklin said, if you know how to spend less than you get, you have a philosopher's stone. Now, I think Benjamin Franklin is very wise and profound. Normally, when you see quotes from him, it's usually very on the ball. You can look it up. Benjamin Franklin is the man who discovered the light bulb, I think. He's also on the $100 US bill. And, you can look him up. He gives really good advice. So the power statement this week is recognizing unhealthy spending habits and then replacing them with healthy spending habits to allow you to find extra money for saving, which will help you to fulfill your financial dreams and goals. Now, we all know there are things that we like. I mean, I personally like accessories. I love jewelry. And I think I get that from my mom, because my mom loves jewelry. Like, she loves jewelry. And I love it too. I love rings. I love bracelets. I just love jewelry. I have on my little crown. So, I love this crown. It's so cute. It's like, I'm going to call it my everyday crown. So whenever I don't have something special to feature, this will be the crown that I'll wear, because it's just little and neat. And your everyday crown don't have to be no big fancy anything. It just can be something cute. So, I love little cute things, and I think because I'm a girly girl, that resonates with me. Now every week I try to share with you things that I like, products that I've used and I enjoy. Now for the women, this lip gloss, I don't think you can see, but I'm gonna share it in the comment section. It's called Avon Crave. It's really nice. It's like, it feels so good on your lips. Guys, you can try it. Now I am growing back my hair after having a difficult year with my medication affecting my hair. Now I've spoken about bringing back your edges, and my friend recommended this conditioner to me, and I think it's really amazing. It's called Roux New Rejuvenating Keratin Strengthening Conditioner. It renews moisture, restores strength, retains color, adds shine, and adds softness. Now it comes with a shampoo, but I had spoken previously that I'm a person who believes in co-washing mostly. I hardly shampoo, I mostly only condition because I like to renew my hair. I think sometimes shampooing can strip your hair of the natural oils, and I don't want to strip my hair of anything because I'm trying to build back my hair. Now sometimes you do need shampoo. What shampoo does is remove the excess dirt. Now if your hair is extremely dirty, you have to use shampoo. Or if you've done a deep treatment that is filled with thickness, or if you use eggs, or you use anything as your treatment that may be messy, also shampoo. But for everyday washing for me, or for like normal washing, I just co-wash, which is only using the conditioner. Another tip that I'll give is I'm gonna be trying a more natural skin routine for my face. So I was reading up on baking soda and coconut oil. So it says to a teaspoon of baking soda, 2 teaspoons of coconut oil. So it's always a 2-to-1 ratio. It minimizes pores, tightens skin, straighten out wrinkles. So this seems like it shall be fun. You should paint it on as a mask and leave it on for 3 to 5 minutes, and apparently the results are really nice. So yes, Karen, you should try the co-wash. It makes your hair feel really good because the conditioner is way more moisturizing. When you do the shampoo, it tends to feel a little dry, but when you condition, it's like you're rejuvenating your hair. Right. So, you know, back to the mask. So I'll be trying that mask. I haven't tried it before. I was just doing some research about natural skin remedies because I think more natural is less harsh, and I'm all about less harsh. I don't want to have a case where I'm damaging my skin now. Because of my lupus, my skin is extra sensitive, and I find that things that I used to use, I can't use anymore because it is damaging my skin. Now, you know, I watched a really nice movie on Netflix this week, and it's called All Together Now. I recommend it. It's a really touching story about a young lady who she lost her dad at a young age, and her mom was struggling to make it. They didn't have anywhere to live. They were actually living on a bus, and you know, it just spoke about her adversities, and in the end, you know, she ended up having a really nice ending. I'm not gonna spoil the movie for you guys. I want you to watch it. It's a really good watch. It's a good watch about loss and living again when you feel like letting go. And you know, it just shows that when you're a good person, things happen for you in positive ways. So I believe that when I give of myself, I am giving because I truly have a good heart, where I care about people. I don't give to get an applause. I don't give because I want someone to give back to me. I give with a genuine heart because I genuinely care about people. I give of myself because I love people. I love life. I am kind. Sometimes my father and my mother says I'm too kind, but what is it to be blessed if you're not going to be a blessing? So I believe in being blessed to be a blessing, and I consider myself to be very blessed, and I like to bless other people because I'm so blessed. And I thank God for the life that I have had, where I feel so lucky to have a loving support system, and I've gained a network of friends who are like my sisters. I mean, Karen in this video, she is my sister. She's my sister, my wife, my baby mother, everything. She is so much to me. I don't know how to thank her for all the time she has been there for me. When I tell you, say, this girl dry up my tears when I bawl. She there for me whenever I need her. I mean, when my car broke down, she and her husband come and help me. When I tell you, say, I love this girl, she is my sister. And I appreciate her so much. Now, you know, we are living in a time where we're constantly questioning, when is this gonna end? When is this unhappiness going to disappear? I mean, I feel very miserable being stuck in my house. I mean, to me, I have such bad house color. Like I want to go to the beach. I want to go to a river. I want to go somewhere not like 5 minutes from my house. I want to experience life again. I want to feel it. But if you people keep going out and infecting each other, we're never gonna come out of our houses. Guys, come on. Let's stop being selfish. Let's start thinking about the fact that we need to protect and love each other. And love each other so much that we don't want to give this COVID to anybody else. We want to just behave ourselves, you know, follow our little rules so we can start enjoying life again. I mean, I don't want to start 2021 in this prison life existence. I want to enjoy life again. I want to have fun again. I want to go out. I want to feel the sand between my toes and feel the river over my body. I mean, you know, I'm sorry, I'm running off on a tangent because I'm just so desperate in need of some sort of recreational activity outside of my home. So I have relaxation techniques that I find that I enjoy, and I'll suggest it to you based on how it makes me feel. So I love to cook. Now, anyone who is close to me knows that I'm a person who I cook because I love it. I enjoy it. I like to make my family and friends feel good about a meal that I've prepared. So cooking makes me happy. Music is also something that makes me happy. When I listen to music, especially when I'm cooking, it really just gets me in the zone and I just enjoy the experience. So now, when you're doing something that makes you relaxed and happy, the experience is fulfilling to you because it makes you feel good. Now, it changes my mood most times because I try to cook when I'm in a good mood. Now, you ever cook and it just not work out because your mood bad? You see, if you're in a one bad mood and you cook the food, just not gonna taste right. No matter what you put in it, it's like you find yourself constantly having to fix it. Which is why I love the fact that I love to cook. So when I'm cooking and I cook with my love and my good energy, the food tastes good to me, or the people around me will love it, or just the experience is something that I enjoy. So I hope it shows in my meal. Now, you know, when you think about how cooking as a process is, I mean, as with a lot of things, it starts out as something so simple, like rice and peas, for instance. What is rice? Rice are some grains. Peas is just some peas. And when you put it together with the right seasoning and the right amount of love and focus and positive energy and the right recipe, it can make something beautiful like rice and peas. Now, I don't know about you, but I love a good rice and peas. And any girl who can cook a nice rice and peas, she is a keeper, man. You want a girl who can cook a nice pot of rice and peas from scratch, the real way, with real coconut milk. Now, there are alternatives because I don't use real coconut milk unless I really am in the zone or somebody grates it for me, because I don't like to do it. No, no. You have alternative. Maggie have a good one that comes in a packet. It's kind of, I can feature it on an episode. I love that one. And I like the tin coconut milk. Any brand is sufficient. The tin feels and tastes more real than the powder, and that really gives a good flavor. So thanks guys for joining me. Always a pleasure. Level up this week. Don't settle for safe, and have a great week. Go into this week knowing that you deserve way more. Stop thinking that you're not good enough to get certain things. You're good enough to get everything. So love you guys. Mwah. Thanks for joining me. Have a great week where you know that you're moving towards a great future. Enough love. Bye.